welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to our Maserati F1 Manager Series, and you join us today as we are heading to round 5 in 2027. So more than a quarter of this season gone already, because we've only got 19 races this season, and we are in Jeddah for round 5 today. And yeah, not sure where the car's going to land today, because in the season open in Australia, we were kind of nowhere. And this racetrack has replicated that a little bit. Very high speed track, so we'll see how we go. But Antonelli's going to start P4, Colapinto P6. Since that season opener, we've had double podiums in each of the last 3. Second and third in China, second and third in Suzuka, and then Colapinto won last time out in Bahrain with Antonelli P3. So we need to keep doing the same if we want to take the fight to Max, who is leading this Drivers' Championship. But we're starting in P4 with Kimi today. P6 with Colapinto, and in terms of strategy, going the same way, which is a 2-stop, soft, medium, softs, but we're going quite aggressive on Colapinto's first stint. I'm trying to go for an undercut, so he's going to attack, hit lap 12, then go mediums, longer on the mediums, then softs at the end. Antonelli going longer on that first stint, or standard really, lap 16, and mediums, then finishing on softs. So that's where we're at. Hopefully, we can bag yet another double podium here in 2027. But let's not delay. Let's crack on and get this one underway.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway.
And if you're jumping in nice and early, hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a good start to the week.
Composed heading into this race. They must be.
Here we go then.
We're now moments away from this, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
As we've got 4 lights, we've got 5. It's Max Verstappen who gets us underway again. He's dominating so far in 2027. It's up from last time out, where Colapinto got the victory over him. Max tried a one-stop, didn't quite work, and Antonelli sent it on the inside of Ollie Behrman, who's running high in that Williams again here today. Antonelli moves straight into P3. And Colapinto's got a move done as well, maybe on Liam Lawson there. So we're up from P6 and P4 to P3 and P5 respectively. So a good start from both our drivers. Russell doing well as well, because Russell was battling Max last time out, and he's in P2 here today. Very early on, of course. And the McLarens have had their usual situation here in 2027. Poor qualifying. Piastri is out in Q2. Lando Norris qualified P10. The Constructors' Champions of 2026 are struggling here in 2027. Max is already 1.4 seconds ahead of George Russell. He's bolted, done what he needs to. He started on the medium tyres actually as well, Max. So Max on the mediums. Second to 6th, including our 2 drivers softs. Then we've got Leclerc on hards, then kind of a mixture, but the majority of the grid is on the softs, I'd say. So new DRS enabled on this first lap. It will now be enabled.
At the moment, we have Russell.
Colapinto having a look at Ollie Behrman there. Just want to calm our tyres down a little bit on Franco's car. They're burning up. Well, they are on both cars, to be fair. But yeah, Max has pulled 1.9, nearly 2 seconds already then. Max looking good. So he leads this Drivers' World Championship, so we need to see what pace we've got. But I've got a feeling our car is not going to suit this racetrack. That seemed to be the case in qualifying. High-speed track seems to be our Achilles' heels at the moment. And so they're just holding on to the DRS of George Russell there. Albon's become cut adrift for the top 6, isn't he? He's on the soft as well. Colapinto, can he make a move on Ollie Behrman? No, not quite yet. What about now? We've got DRS, so is Behrman. They're on Russell. Antonelli's past Russell. Further up. We'll take a look at that.
Take a closer look. Now we're watching the action closely here.
Kimi Antonelli then for
The
P2.
opportunity begging to be taken. And
That feels. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Dylan, hello, buddy. How's it going? George trying to fight that back on Kimi. But nothing doing. Right, let's settle into our strategy here with Antonelli.
More your tires.
Good, how are you? Yes, I'm very well, buddy. Very well. And if you're jumping in the stream, don't forget to spam that like button. Really appreciate it. Super helpful as well. George Russell on the inside of Antonelli there. Nothing doing. So yeah, this top 6 is pulled away. Albon's about 2.1 there behind this top 6. Not a million miles away though, is he? Here comes Russell on the inside of Kimi Antonelli. Antonelli not having any of that though.
Mode defend. Mode defend.
But Max has a 2.6 second lead here. He's looking good. The Dutchman, as he has all year. And there goes Russell through. And I think he might have done that after the detection zone. So he might have DRS to help pull away here. No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
that's
keep
good.
doing your best.
So we've got a great chance to attack Russell again. And Colapinto's going to have a look on Behrman, which will open up the inside now for Franco Colapinto. Thank you very much. Franco moves in to P4 then.
You are doing a very good job there.
Antonelli got Russell and then behind him, Colapinto. The door was left ajar. And Leclerc and Albon are now joining this party. So it's now a DRS train from Antonelli down to P8. Stroll down in P9. What's tyre life looking like? So yeah, it's all pretty similar at the moment. Right, Colapinto can use a bit of that tyre now. Right, that 4 then, Max Verstappen has a 3.5 second lead. He's on the medians. It's looking good for Max. He's won 3 of 4 so far this year. He was able to take a little nibble out of him last time out, but looks like he's restoring. As I say that, Colapinto, it's through on the inside of George Russell. Wasn't expecting him to get there. He was nearly a second behind for a momentary moment, and then he's through, and now he's got a great chance to take his teammate Kimi Antonelli here. They are free to fight. Kimi not having any of that. Probably could do with Colapinto getting ahead of Antonelli and then asking Antonelli not to overtake, because Colapinto is going to attack on these sides. He's going to go for an aggressive undercut here today. Paku, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Is this a video game? It is indeed. Yes, it's F1 Manager 24, Helmer. Alright, so Max leads by 4 seconds. Our 2 drivers in the Maserati there, now 2nd and 3rd. But we kind of want Colapinto to get past Antonelli here, because he is on an aggressive first stint, and he's having a look there. Not quite. And that could open the door. Got Ollie Behrman behind us here. It's getting very tight between these. Behrman's on the inside. He's got a good chance coming back at us here. Colapinto is round the outside of Kimi Antonelli, and now we'll ask Kimi not to fight. Did Kimi get the DRS here? He did. Tell you what we could do with Kimi if he can hold position here. Just ask him to hold this pack up for a bit. This will help Colapinto's strategy if he can. So ask Antonelli to try and hold up the pack. Essentially what we're trying to do here is allow Colapinto break the DRS to those cars behind. Set username, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. So Antonelli, although we're harvesting and not pushing, he's staying in the DRS of his teammate. So it's probably going to be pretty difficult to hold them up. Such a high-speed track. Jameson, bro, where is Alonso? It's 2027, so Alonso is no more, unfortunately. Right, this is the problem. We can't pull away, and Russell's on the outside. We can squeeze him, though. And he's going to get a nice toe off her teammate. And Russell's going to squeeze past Kimi Antonelli.
Do your best.
And Antonelli being squeezed even more, and he's gone from P3 to P5 there.
Keep focus on our race.
So that little experiment hasn't really worked. Verstappen all the time is absolutely loving this. 4.6 second lead on the mediums. Bryce Brisa, sorry if I'm butchering that. Thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Hope you're doing well. And if you're jumping into the stream, thanks for dropping in. Hope you're all doing well on this Tuesday. And this is F1 Manager 24 Maserati Series. Don't forget to follow or subscribe. And of course, smash that like button. Super appreciated. So Colapinto under threat now from George Russell as we've got a yellow flag. Carlos Sainz, and that is a virtual safety car. Now, do we pit Colapinto? It seems quite early though. Carlos Sainz has crashed out. Carlos Sainz driving for Aston Martin here in 2027. Oh, he's lost the rear end and straight into the wall.
What a disaster.
The team blue.
So virtual safety car then. I think this is too early to pit really.
Copy.
So Franco, we were gonna... So if we stopped here... Let's have a look. We could make it work. There might be more safety cars to come, but let's take a risk. We wanted an aggressive undercut. Let's take a risk with Colapinto. He's going to come into the pit. The pack is so tight, though. He is going to probably come out last here. So the traffic might kill this strategy, but let's wait and see. 2 seconds stop. Lovely work from the pit crew then.
Confirm.
Hey Keith, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. I hope you're doing well. Where's he going to come out here? In front of his old teammate Maloney here. And he's got 4.6 seconds of clean air, so that's not actually too bad to be fair. Alright, so Carlos Sainz out of this race. Colapinto's gone for an aggressive undercut. Let's just forward on and get this race restarted. And virtual is about to end. And green flag racing again then. Verstappen leads 7.5 seconds already. Absolutely loving it. Is Max Verstappen out there. Behrman into P3 now. Colapinto's pit. Antonelli stays with this group of cars, and it is a DRS train from George Russell in P2 down to Albon P7. So a 6-car DRS train. So plenty to fight for here in terms of the podium. It looks like Max has got the win in his hands. Colapinto's got 3.4 seconds to Gasly. Colapinto should come back into this race once the grid pit.
Tires update.
I'm going to say he's gone for an aggressive undercut there. Antonelli having a look as Behrman is having a good old look on George Russell, and he's through on George Russell. Ollie Behrman in his Williams up to P2. Absolutely loving Ollie Behrman in the Williams here in 2027, and he's into P2, but George Russell on the outside in the Ferrari trying to reclaim that. Antonelli all the time having a look. Now he's getting a lovely slipstream, but he's going to find himself a little bit stuck here because Behrman's the one with the DRS. Antonelli switches aggressively to the inside. Thought about both cars there, gets none in the end, and has to stay content with P4. As Colapinto well and truly broken that DRS to Zane Maloney. Soaring Bear, good right now. Behrman is loving it. Behrman's Williams last couple of races has come alive. And we're absolutely loving seeing that. Right, Antonelli, let's get him back on standard. So Colapinto 2.6 off Gasly. When are the pit stops? Yeah, pit stops are going to be a little while yet, aren't they? So Colapinto is going to have to do quite a bit of overtaking, I suggest. But Verstappen this season is just Verstappen. Yeah, he's kind of inevitable this year. This is the Max of real life in game this year. We've not seen it in game, taken until 2027, but Max is pretty dominant here this year. 3 wins from 4. 4 pole positions, I think. You get a point for pole in 2027. And he's got a good chance of making it 4 from 5 today, which won't be good for us in hunting him down for the Drivers' Championship. Antonelli sniffing the rear end of George Russell. And nothing happening, and Leclerc's just dropped out of the DRS momentarily, has he? No, he didn't. Cadillac, Checo and Valtteri, yes, buddy, yeah. Rumoured for quite a while, but finally confirmed that Checo and Valtteri Bottas will drive for Cadillac next year. Makes sense. 2 experienced drivers. They don't want to be smashing the car up. They want to develop the car, develop as a team. You need 2 experienced drivers to do that, so I fully expect them to be in the car for the next couple of years before they shake it up. And sponsors, yeah, especially on Checo's side. He brings a hell of a lot of sponsorship. And they've also ruled out Horner today as well, I believe. So no Christian Horner going over to Cadillac. Colapinto is not really gaining on Gasly, which might be because of the DRS. He's actually 1.4 seconds slower, so that is a concern. Being out of the DRS might be hampering Colapinto here. You have to wait and see on that. But we've still got this 6-driver DRS train from Russell down to Albon. So both Williams are up here, to be fair. And Antonelli due to stop lap 16. So we're only 4 or 5 laps away from that now. Santi, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. And if you are dropping into the stream, please do me a massive favour. Spam that like button and get involved in the chat. Why Franco P18? We just had a virtual safety car, Soren, so we took a gamble for an early stop. And that's the reason why he is currently down in P18, but he's not gaining on Gasly, so that is a concern. As I say, I think The DRS is so strong here, it's just pulling cars along. And now he's not in a DRS, he's losing out. So I think this might backfire, to be honest with you. Let's wait and see on that. Let's look at the last laps. I did go quicker than Nick, not Gasly last time. Yeah, it's kind of up and down. Let's see, hopefully in the next couple of laps, Colapinto pitting, because he's pitted earlier, should start to close. Antonelli still struggling to get past Behrman and Russell. Behrman and Russell have actually closed in on Max, but Max is sitting at 70% medium tire, but we can see the Dutchman out front there, just about in the picture. Max Verstappen leads this championship, as Antonelli is going to have a look on the inside, but that compromised his entry really, too narrow, and he's lost out a bit there. This is the current, this is live standing, so this is with Max taking 25 points today, so you can see he's building up a handsome lead, so we need our drivers to score big points. Got to stay with Max in this first half of the season, try and take the fight to him second half. Constructors, currently Red Bull would jump us, but I'm still confident for us in the Constructors, because we should be getting Franco back into the points. Franco has suddenly arrived on the RBs here. And he's got much better tyre life, but this is the problem now. Going so aggressive on the undercut. He's got to go aggressive on the overtaking. He's having a look on the inside. That is aggressive, but he can't quite get it done. Franco. Serge, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. So yeah, this is where this is going to be a problem, because this is currently a DRS train from Stroll all the way down. DRS working well there, but it's closed off. Can't find a move. Is he going to be bowled through here? It's very hard unless you're really close. Can't make it work. Bortoletto's got a mechanical fault in his Mercedes. Staying on board with Colapinto, hoping to pick off Mick Schumacher in his RB. Can we send one? No, we can't. This is where the undercut is really going to cost us. RB 2026 had Magnussen and Mick Schumacher. They've kept with the same driver pairing. That helps us out. K-Mag jumping into the bits, and because he'd done that, his teammate Mick Schumacher just had to lift there momentarily, and by doing so, he's opened the door to Colapinto, but Colapinto was a bit cautious on the brakes, but he should get it done out of the traction zone, and Colapinto hits Magnussen, who pits, and then his teammate. I don't know if we'll see it on the replay.
Now we're watching.
Yeah, we don't. But as Magnussen came into the pits, Mick had to just slightly lift, and that gave some straight line speed advantage to Colapinto. It wasn't the DRS because they both had DRS. Cautious on the brakes, but we do get it done. Colapinto then past two RBs. But now the DRS train continues as he's got Gasly in the Aston Martin and Bortoletto in the Mercedes. Last lap 1:35.2, he's going a lot slower than the leaders, so this is not going to work for Franco, is it? Might even have to try a free stop or something different with Franco, because it's not working currently. It's a real shame.
Yeah, copy.
And Antonelli still bogged down in this fight with Behrman and Russell. Who's going to be in first, do we think? Ollie Behrman, probably. Antonelli's coming in lap 16, so a couple of laps to go as Behrman's on the inside of the Ferrari of George Russell.
Tires update.
And no one jumping into the pits yet. We're getting a bit of a DRS tow. But again, George Russell's got the clean air. We're going to go for that inside again, but we keep compromising ourselves. We're alongside this time, though. On the outside, Antonelli, can he make it work? Is he going to run out of room? No, there's still space for him alongside George Russell. But again, he's not that brave on the brakes, but now he is. And they're still alongside each other. Russell getting better traction, though. Kimi Antonelli, can he keep alongside? No, he can't. And he just can't get that move into P3 or P2. He's stuck in P4. Salvador, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. And Colapinto has got past Pierre Gasly whilst we were watching that. So here comes Franco. This is going to be later on the brakes. And we like to see that from Franco. Renault, this is F1 Manager 24, so not Formula 1, but we are live, of course, but F1 Manager 24 in Jeddah. So Colapinto has just got Gasly. Is he going to have a go on board to Leto here on the inside? Yes, he is. He's picked up another one then. So Franco making his way through. And he's up to P14. But as I say, it's just these lap times. What did he do last time? 1:34.8. He's starting to go quicker than this pack now. But it's taking him a few laps, so I think the damage might be done. Antonelli getting alongside the Ferrari. And he's got Alex Albon on the inside. The sister Williams. Is he through? No, I think we've just got better traction out of there. No one jumps into the pits. But we will jump into the pits this lap. So hopefully, we'll be in before anyone else here. Verstappen, it got to within, what, 2-3 seconds. He's extended that again. Verstappen's lead, 7 seconds. Colapinto. Tsunoda's jumped into the pits. Colapinto's getting past Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez, who returns to the grid in real life next year with Cadillac. And Colapinto into P12 then. And next is Teo Pourchaire.
We should try to close a bit more the gap there.
Yeah, Teo Pourchaire. We're not quite in his DRS though, are we here? We just need Colapinto to actually get a little bit of a hurry on there. And Antonelli is just dropping out of the DRS to the two cars ahead of him, Behrman and Russell. We are, of course, pitting this lap, but we don't want to be falling too far behind. I think they might be pitting as well.
Slightly bit more the lift off.
I think Behrman definitely might be, but they're really pushing, and the AI tend to do that when they're boxing. So I wonder if Behrman is about to come in as well here. Which wouldn't be ideal for our strategy, but let's wait and see. I've got a sneaky feeling Behrman might be jumping in. He doesn't. He doesn't. That's good for us. We might have a good chance of an undercut then on those two, as we've got a yellow flag somewhere. Looks like it might be Norris and Stroll here. 3.2 second stop. Very nice.
Along the straight here.
It is Lance Stroll in the Audi and Lando Norris in the McLaren.
And the impact on the car.
Oh, into the side pods of Lando, and Lando hit the wall with that. Lando jumped straight into the pits. I think Stroll is as well there, is he?
Just like that.
Stroll doing Stroll things then. In his Audi, yes, he pits as well. Here comes Antonelli. Does Colapinto get the undercut? He does, you know. Quite significantly, actually. So maybe the undercut has worked. So Stroll is going to get a penalty for that collision with Lando Norris. 5 seconds. I'd imagine. Might be 10. Let's wait and see.
Ocon behind it.
5 seconds. And Norris still with damage even after pitting, so that's wrecked his race. Colapinto then on Teo Pourchaire. This would be for P8. And I think this could be a net P2 once all the leaders stop. I don't think he'll quite get to Max Verstappen, but now this is looking better for Colapinto. Used a lot more tyre life than those that are pitting now, of course, but took advantage of the virtual. And he's up to P8. Behrman should be in, I'd imagine, at the end of this lap. Antonelli's got 4.5 seconds of clean air, so he's good. Colapinto's got Pourchaire fighting back at him, which isn't ideal, but Pourchaire down to 42%, so he will have to pit soon anyway. Right, is Russell, Behrman or Albon coming in? Oh, Behrman stays out. Oh, Behrman. Surprised by that. It's a video game. It's a video game. F1 Manager 24. And this is our Maserati series, and we're in 2027. That's why you'll see Quite odd drivers, or a grid I should say. Things like Russell in a Ferrari. But there are drivers I do like Ollie Behrman in a Williams, Sainz in an Aston. Gasly, Perez and Ocon into the pits now. So we're just waiting for these leaders to pit. Well, Chair's just about in the DRS, but I think he's about to drop out of that. But yeah, we stream this every Tuesday and Friday, so if you like what you see, do follow or subscribe. And you can check us out again twice a week. Noah, where is Hamilton? It's 2027, so no Lewis Hamilton. He has left Formula 1. But at the end of 2026, in our series, we unfortunately lost a few of the old boys. Danny Rick returned briefly for a year. He left again in 26. So did Hamilton, Hulkenberg, and the rookie that is Fernando Alonso. Leona, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Right, let us then just forward on until our drivers have some action here. Anselli 2.5 behind Bortoletto. Bortoletto's pitting though and getting out of the way. Surely Ollie Behrman's going to be in the end of this lap. Just waiting for one of these top four to come in. We'll jump back on board though. Antonelli has closed up to Teo Pourchaire. And Behrman is finally in. Teo Pourchaire's tyres, 36%. There is Ollie Behrman. As we jump back on board with Antonelli just to see this move done on Teo Pourchaire, and he's got that done. And he'll be past Behrman as well. So Antonelli now 4 seconds behind his teammate. And he'll be closing in quite quickly on that because he's aggressive on this stint. Ricciardo was back. Yeah, Ricciardo came back for a year with Mercedes and, yeah, didn't last too long, unfortunately. So what we will do is turn off Don't Fight Teammate because once he gets to his teammate, he'll be free to fight him.
Yep.
So yeah, the difference here between our drivers is 18% tyre life. So Antonelli is pushing harder though. When they do the stop, so Colapinto will be lap 31. Antonelli lap 35. So lap 31 and 35. So another 10 to 15 laps. That'll be our second stops. But Antonelli is closing at a very quick rate on his teammate Franco Colapinto here. So they are going to be together very soon, I'd imagine. A bit of fuel with Franco that we can use though. What the lead is saying. Colapinto might lead this race, you know. I don't know. But time Max stops. What's the last laps here? 1:34.0. So he went 3 tenths quicker. Antonelli going his second half. So Antonelli's got a great chance. Lawson into the bits. That will be Colapinto and Antonelli past him. But what about Behrman? Behrman should jump back past Lawson. There's Behrman. We just see him there. And he does. So now it's just the top 5 we're waiting to pit. Waiting for the top 5 to pit and then we'll see where we are. We can just forward on whilst we're waiting for that. Or if Antonelli gets to Colapinto. Aim, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. And if you're jumping in the stream, if you haven't already, do spam that like button. Super appreciated. Really helps me out. Antonelli within 1.8 of his teammate. Top 5 still yet to pit. Lap 22. Teo Pourchaire is into the pits. Just waiting, see if Antonelli is going to get into the DRS of his teammate, which looks like he is going to. Let's jump back on board. Oscar, thanks for the follow. Verstappen, race leader, into the pits. He had a 10-second lead. I think it was about 8 seconds when we stopped. So is he going to come back out in the lead here? Antonelli already looking on the inside of his teammate. Should we ask Colapinto to go out of the way here? I'm not so sure. It looks like Antonelli's the one with the pace, so he should get it done naturally here. Verstappen. Looks like he stopped and cleared us. And Antonelli can't get the job done on his teammates. He's pushed wide. I don't think he was pushed wide there at all. Oh, but yeah, Verstappen has made a pit stop and come out in front. So that's worked well for the Dutchman. He'll retain the lead no matter what anyone else does now. Antonelli actually did get Colapinto there. I was confused. I thought it was Colapinto who retained that and pushed him wide, but no. Antonelli is free then, and he's pushing on down the road, so that's fair enough. He's got the pace at the moment. Which season this feels like it's gone on for so long? This is third season, 2027.
Copy.
Yeah, third season. We're in 2027. All the way through this 2027 season. And Max Verstappen is leading the championship. We're doing pretty well in the constructors, but we need to start beating Max in races.
Good job on
He's
that.
won 3 of the first 4. We managed to win last time out, but it looks like he's going to make it 4 out of 5 today. Antonelli, though, is going pretty quick. I think Verstappen is on a one-stopper again, though, because he's put the hard tyres on. So we kind of need to close to him here, though, and then have rapid pace at the end. But I'm not sure we're going to have that kind of pace. Ferrari P1, P2 stop the end the race now, yeah. Unfortunately, they both got a pit, but yeah. Who knows? Red flag right now, and you're in business, sorry. So Behrman's 3.3 behind Colapinto. So that early stop, I think, has worked for Franco. What'll be nice if the Ferraris can hold up Verstappen here, because we're 4.5 seconds behind Verstappen. I just come home from F1 movie. Good stuff, your boy. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. And they're not really holding Max up too much there, are they? Jonathan Perillo, thanks for the follow. And Lance Stroll has had a lock-up. Nothing new there. Have a look at that.
Now here's our drivers all trying to take turn 16. And the car just locks. They took a gamble and it was just too late.
Hey, Lance Stroll and the Aston this season. Not the Aston, the Audi, sorry. Right, Leclerc, one of the Ferraris is in then, so that's going to release Antonelli, as he's also getting past Piastri, who I believe hasn't stopped either. No. So a lot of drivers on the one-stop here.
You are doing well there.
Antonelli into P3 then, and he's got
we have
3 seconds to Russell, but he's 5 seconds off Verstappen already. How's Colapinto doing? He has got Ollie Behrman closing in, because Ollie Behrman has got a 24% tyre margin on him. So that's going to be interesting. Behrman's already there in actual fact. Lawson's a little bit further back. Leclerc's down to 10th. Albon. Yeah, a few of these going longer have got caught out in the pack now. But Behrman is starting to come back through. Behrman was ahead. Oh, but yeah, he was basically ahead, wasn't he? So Behrman retains that position basically because Colapinto went for an undercut. And it's worked momentarily, but Behrman has now got that position back. Moves back into top 5. Will be third place for Behrman once Russell and Piastri pits. Minja, thanks for the follow. Is this an actual race? It is not. This is F1 Manager 24. McLaren really bad this season, last year championship battle. Yeah, very odd from McLaren. Although they seem to have better race pace than qualifying, but Norris obviously being hit by Stroll, so he's absolutely out of this race. See what Piastri can do. Russell is now making his first stop, but I think he's certainly going on one stopper because he's gone past the half race distance. But yeah, again, he's going to come out in what, P12 there. So Antonelli clearly in P2 now. And Colapinto, we're now going to lap 31. I think we could probably use some of this tyre now with Franco. And if you're jumping in for the first time, we normally watch most of the track action until we've got sort of gaps that appear. And there's not too much track action as Piastri now pits, so Colapinto promoted to P4. So we'll just forward on till we get some battles here. But Verstappen leads 6 seconds. We do think Verstappen's going to the end. What about Behrman? I'm not sure Behrman will go to the end. I think Leclerc will. It's going to be interesting. There'll be a few drivers on a one-stopper, and we're going to, with both drivers, be on two-stoppers. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. We might have to do some overtaking at the end of this race. Well, I think we have to say that undercut did work for Colapinto now. Sigurd's thoughts on Perez and Bottas lineup. I think it makes sense to me. A new team. Look, they're not signing drivers that are going to win them races because they're not going to be winning races. Well, you very much doubt they're going to be winning races. What they want is two drivers that are experienced. They're not going to smash the car up. They're going to have limited resources first year. And they can develop the car, develop a team almost. You know, the team's got to get used to working together, putting together a car on the weekend, all of that good stuff. I think just two drivers you can trust with the car. I think it makes sense. Good lineup. I think they'll both get on. I'd imagine they'll be in the car for at least the next 2 seasons. And then once they're established, they'll start pushing on and looking at different drivers. I think they probably look at Haas when Haas had... who was it? Was it Mick and Mazepin, was it? And yeah, I think they'd obviously, from the onset, wanted experienced drivers. So yeah, I think it makes sense. I think Perez's stock has kind of risen not being in an F1 car this year because everyone was, you know, really criticising him for what he's doing in Red Bull. But actually turns out that compared to Yuki, Liam Lawson and what have you, he actually wasn't doing too bad of a job. So, yeah, I'm kind of happy Perez gets another crack at it. And Bottas always seemed to be lined up for it. So, yeah, I think it makes sense. Tom, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Katrine, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Hope you're doing well. So, right, what have we got here? Lap 29 out of 50. So, Leclerc, I think, is going to the end. Russell probably going to the end. Albon probably going... I don't know if they're all going to the end. They might even be all going to the end here. This is going to be very interesting. Colapinto, what are we going to get to? Lap 31 here. I think we could do that by attacking, couldn't we? Anthony's got some fuel. Do watch my fuel, chat.
No lift off anymore.
Albert, Hamilton or Verstappen? In what way? Who's better? Right now, that's an easy question to answer. If you're going right now, Verstappen. Overall, though, I don't know. It's tough, isn't it? I mean, I think Max has really shone this year because he's not had the best car. So I think that kind of is showing how much a good driver is to extract that. But then you could look at Lewis in his first season coming into McLaren and taking it to Fernando. So it's hard to judge. And I think obviously Lewis has basically had his whole career now in Formula 1 and Max hasn't. So Max carries on how he is. Max could easily be a 7, 8, 9-time world champion. Who knows? So I'm sitting on the fence. I think it's quite equal right now, but I say caveat there is Max is, you know, maybe not even halfway his career. Let's see, but Lewis is certainly towards the end. Alright, so Antonelli's keeping a 4-second gap on Behrman, but as I say, I don't know who's going to the end here because he's got 70. They might all be going to the end here. I mean all of these have got 70+% tyre life, which is Verstappen, Behrman, Lawson, Leclerc, Russell, Albon. So the top 8, excluding our 2 drivers, so 6 of the top 8, I think might be going to the end on a one-stopper. We're stopping again with both drivers. So what's going to be quicker, the one-stopper or the 2? Let's wait and see. But let's just forward on because we're going to get Franco in next lap. Star and Angela, thanks for the follow. Super appreciate it. Tarina, thanks for the follow. Right, here we go then. This is going to be Colapinto's time to pit. Pit crew has been very good this year.
Everything is ready. Copy.
So let's wait and see on this one. And where are we going to come out here? Probably around Mick Schumacher, maybe? Just looking at, just having a quick look at that, a quick guess. Maybe further down, maybe Sonoda Magnussen. 1.8, oh! That is our quickest ever pit stop. 1.8 seconds, thank you very much. There is Mick, Bortoletto and Portier. It'd be nice to be ahead of them. I don't think we are, though. Or are we? We might be, actually, because we'll cut this first corner. Yes, we will. That's good. That's a lot of traffic there that we'll avoid. And that's been helped by a 1.8 second stop. So thank you very much to the pit crew there. So that's Franco done in terms of pit stops. He's going to the end. Antonelli, lap 35. So he's got 3 more laps.
You're ready to push for our side. Copy.
Lala and Albert, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. If you're dropping into the stream, if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Really appreciated. And also, I've been asked, obviously, in the chat tonight, but let me know in the comments and the live chat, what do you think of the Cadillac announcement then? Perez and Bottas.
Copy.
Driver pairing for Cadillac as they enter Formula 1 next year. When was this? This is right now. It's not Formula 1, it's F1 Manager.
Tires update.
So Antonelli, 10 seconds off Max. We've got Behrman 4 seconds behind. Colapinto, his tyres up to temp now. So what's he got? 3.2 behind Piastri. So let's just have a look. Gasly and Perez will definitely pit. That will promote Colapinto to P9. He'll momentarily at least jump Antonelli. Let's just say P9. So he's going to have to do a lot of overtaking if he's to get a podium, Colapinto. I think Antonelli could still... He's still got a high chance of getting a podium as Antonelli. Franco Colapinto, less known. Right, we've got a couple of laps then before we get Kimi in. And then it's going to be 15 laps for attack till the end in this one, chat. And see if we can get 1 or 2 podiums here. Colapinto, sorry, is on these. All right, let's get that in. So Franco has arrived on what is Perez, Gasly and Piastri here. So Piastri's not going to pit again, but Perez and Gasly are obviously going a little bit slower too. So if we can try and get Piastri, no, Piastri's bold on the inside then of Pierre Gasly driving for Aston Martin this year. But Piastri, wow, what happened there? Piastri, absolutely no speed coming out of that final corner. Did he not have DRS? He should have had DRS though, because yeah, he would have had DRS because Perez don't know what happened there. Piastri, absolutely no speed coming out of that final corner. And we'll take that very much because we get Piastri and Gasly. I don't know if we see this here. Yeah, we don't see it, but Piastri, just absolutely no speed at all. And Colapinto slides through the middle. And he's into P9, so he's not lost really any time behind Piastri. And there we go. Through on Perez as well. Perez down to 28% tyre life though, so they're absolutely cooked, those tyres. Got a yellow flag here. It's just a yellow flag. Oh, it is lasting for quite some time. Isaac Hadjar back on the grid this year. In an Alpine, he's crashed, but obviously not significant enough. Big Locker is just going to turn into the barrier, is he? Ah, he'd love to see that in F1 Manager.
Look at the team there. They all knew.
Visa, thanks for the follow. Keep Ann out to the end now. He won't have the tyre life anyway to the end, so we'll push. I believe in him. He'll have good pace. He'll be at least P8. But yeah, 15 laps. Some of these tyres, they will be hurting towards the end. So will Colapinto get the jump on Kimi here, but we'll probably ask Colapinto to get out of the way, to be fair. Oh, we had a 1.8 second stop here today, our best ever. And it's 2.1. Seems slow these days, but that's still a very good stop. No, I don't think Colapinto's even going to get past his teammate here, is he? So yeah, that's fine. That takes that decision out of our hands, really. Yeah, it's quite comfortable, actually, for Antonelli. So his pace has been good. And now it's got to be really good as he chases down this top 6, excluding Max, really. He's not going to get a Max. Max is 20 seconds in the lead. It's been another dominant performance from Max. Max dominated in Australia, dominated in China, still won but less dominated in Suzuka. We managed to beat him in Bahrain, but I think that's because Red Bull messed up the strategy with one stop. And he's back to dominating today. So it'll be 4 wins out of 5. It will also be 4 poles, which you get a point for in 2027 as well. So we've got our work cut out here. We want to become constructors and a driver world champion this year. The constructors are doable. The driver championship is looking very difficult with Max. Kit Kat, random user, Maver, thanks for the follows. Super appreciated. Where's Hamilton? It's 2027 in this universe, so Hamilton is no more, unfortunately. Right, pace is good. Yeah, Colapinto 6 seconds off his teammate. He's cleared Piastri now by 2 seconds. What's the tyre delta here?
That's on target.
Right, let's forward on and get Antonelli to this group of cars, but it is a bit DRS train heavy as well, which might be a problem. Might be a bit of a problem for us once we get there, and we are near enough there. Oh damn, no worries. Mandy, thanks for the follow, super appreciated. Why me? Thanks for the follow, hope you're well.
Do your best, man.
Yes, so Antonelli, he's literally only now about 3 seconds off Russell, about 7 off Behrman.
Albon in front.
But it's how well he can get through this train of cars. Where's Leclerc? Leclerc is P4. Charles Leclerc is in P4 currently. Verstappen leads 21 seconds to Ollie Behrman in a Williams, who's fighting today for a podium. Is this happening right now? It's happening right now, but it's not Formula 1. It's F1 Manager in 2027. Alex Garcia, thanks for the follow. Karen, thanks for the follow. Hope you're all doing well. As always, spam that like button if you're jumping into the stream. Antonelli got a chance here on Albon, though, because Albon's been cut adrift from the DRS. Antonelli, DRS wide open on the inside. That's bold, and we like to see it. Kimi Antonelli moves into P6. He's on his fresh soft tyres, and he is coming at this top 5 bar Max, shall we say. Albert, when do you stream? We stream this every Tuesday and Friday. Every Tuesday and Friday on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Albon will have the DRS come back at us, so we need to try and defend this. He's getting a lovely tow, though. Oh, we really don't want him going back as he's not quite alongside, so we do retain P6.
No problem.
What time's typically 7 PM PSC. But sometimes on a Friday we do earlier, around 2:15 PM. I normally put out when we're streaming on TikTok, but also if you're watching on TikTok or Twitch, do head to my profile, click the YouTube link in my bio, and if you head over there, you can see all of our Maserati playlists. So as well as live streams, we drop 2 episodes a week as well, so do check that out. Is this a real race? It is not a real race. Where is Hamilton? It's 2027, so there is no Lewis Hamilton in this universe. Warrior, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Right, Antonelli then. So this is a problem with a DRS train. It's now a DRS train from Lawson with Russell and Leclerc. Say their tyre delta is worse than us. So, and this is looking nice. Antonelli is alongside one of the Ferraris. He's alongside Charles Leclerc on the outside. Can he get better traction? He's got better rubber. And it should work. And he moves straight away to the inside, looking aggressively to try and get a second move, but he can't because Russell in the slipstream of Lawson. We'll take a bit of that slipstream. But we can't make a second move. But we are past Leclerc then and into P5. We go, nice traction around the outside. We're on fresh softs, coming at these runners on mediums. Lecco, thanks for the follow. Wesel, thanks for the follow. Is this real? No, it's F1 Manager. Yeah, they are all on mediums. And Lawson down to 40%. That's going to be a real struggle for him. It's get interesting towards the end here. Antonelli into P5.
Keep focus on our race.
Kimi's on a mission right now. He is indeed. He wants to get back to P2. And dare I say, we've got a great chance. We get past Lawson. Russell will have no DRS to defend himself. That should be easy pickings. And then it's 3 seconds to Behrman. Antonelli flying. Looking at all different parts of the racetrack. Where can he make a move? Very difficult round here. Lawson has DRS on Russell. We have DRS on Russell. We're getting a bit of a slipstream. This might work. They will open up the outside again. And there we go. That's Liam Lawson picked off. And now we get a second helping of DRS to try and help us past George Russell. As I say, George has no DRS. This could be the moment. We move back into P3. The final step of the podium. On the outside then of Russell. Job done. Antonelli back into P3. But of course, Russell will now get the DRS to return the favour. Antonelli is flying off that final corner. Don't know if Russell is going to be close enough to make this move. No, he can't. Antonelli into P3. And it's already only 1.7 to Behrman. So Antonelli looking very good now to get back to P2. Max Verstappen indeed. What a move. That was a lovely move from Antonelli on Lawson. And then gave him the opportunity to get past Russell. There's 10 laps to go. And you've got to say, he's in a great position now to get past Behrman. Lawson has got to pit again. Lawson has absolutely cooked those tyres. So that's going to be an easy position for Colapinto. How far can Colapinto get here? Looking after his tyres quite well here.
At the moment, everything is okay. You're doing well there.
Oh, but Colapinto is cooked. Hey, still time for Franco. He's 1.2 off Albon. He's going to be close to Albon's DRS, but Antonelli has already arrived into Ollie Behrman, who drives for the Williams here in 2027. He's having a great race, is Ollie. But we're about to put him on the final step of the podium. Because as we pull out nice and early, we're going to lose the slipstream. So we should have stayed there until we got the DRS. Now we've got DRS. Now we start to gain again. Can we send one on the inside?
Keep focus on your
Yes, we can. And that is the job complete. Antonelli back to P2. And now he just needs to pull away. We're going to use a bit of battery here. Pull away. And that should be job done. Lawson did have to jump into the bits. And at the same time, Colapinto has got past Albon. So Colapinto's got Lawson, who's pitted, and past Albon. Colapinto to P6.
Right then, we can take a look now.
And we can get a replay of that then.
The action closely here. It's certainly inviting.
And there we go, Franco then, getting the move done on Albon. So he's now the P6. Antonelli, let's just break this DRS, which I think we've already done. And that's literally going to be Antonelli driving the car home now. Hardy, thanks for the follow. Gasry fan, hello. Yes, I'm very well. How are you doing? Why me? Thanks for the rose. Much appreciated. Too kind, not required, but always appreciated. Antonelli then has got 1.5 on Behrman. Right, let's have a look at Colapinto. It's really down to Colapinto. As long as Antonelli keeps it on track now, he's going to finish P2. Behrman's tyres down to 47%. They should all make it to the end. Great, good to hear, good to hear. Got a bit of fuel, Franco. We haven't exactly shaken off Albon, have we, though? Albon's still there. Down to 48%, though, Albon. Let's go a bit aggressive here. Who's Mal? That's Zay Maloney in the Haas. Tell you what, Albon's got a great chance of coming back at us here, which is not what we want to see with Franco. Yeah, Albon's going to reclaim the position, isn't he? Oh no, Franco's good on the outside. Yeah, we should just get that done. Keep the position, but we don't really want Albon still sniffing about us. Just use a bit of battery, see if we can push away from him. 7 attempts taken from Max in 1 lap. Bro is flying. Yeah, we did use some battery though, but what is Max's tyres? He's 51% hards. Last lap, nearly 1.5 seconds taken off Max. Even at that rate, there wouldn't be enough laps, but we should be able to close the gap, I think, on Max towards the end of this race. Alright, Colapinto, Alex Albon has been dispatched out of our DRS. Now 2 seconds to Leclerc. Leclerc has got no DRS, so that's a move we could get done here. Let's just forward on, see if we can catch up to Leclerc. We haven't got DRS, but we should get a bit of a slipstream off him here. Fallon, thanks for the follow. It's appreciated. And if you're dropping into the stream, if you haven't already, do spam that like button, super appreciated. And of course, if you're not already, do follow or subscribe. Right, half a second behind Leclerc now. We are very much into the DRS. Can we get a double podium here again? Still 7 laps, including this one. Safe fuel with Franco, like it. Good stuff. Especially when I'm streaming, I always take my eye off the ball of fuel. We have run out of fuel on more than one occasion, so do keep an eye on that fuel for me, chat. Colapinto, is he going to go for it here? Yes, he is. It's bold to take a move through there. We saw Kimi do it on Lawson earlier, and Franco Colapinto's done the same. He's going to get DRS to help pull away as well. And that's going to put 7 attempts on Leclerc. We've got to have another look at that. Let's just bold through here. Lovely work on Leclerc. I'm going to deploy some battery out there because I don't want Leclerc having the chance coming back at us. Right, so Colapinto up to B5, 6 seconds, which is to both Russell and Behrman. Drop Kimi's pace to stand, don't want to risk a spin with tyres heating. Yeah, what's he got? 4 seconds on Russell. Yeah, I'm happy with that. He's just got to bring the car home now.
Your tires.
Alright, Colapinto, we've got a bit of tyre advantage here, so we can use that. Behrman's down to 39%. Russell 43. They might start to struggle a little bit here, you know. There's a good chance, I feel, now for Franco Colapinto to get a podium. Leclerc's got quite good tyre life, to be fair. He's going to get dragged up to these. It's 5 seconds. Was that some traffic? Oh, it was Lando Norris, who's in 21st. 25 seconds off the pace because he got damage. That's been a horrible afternoon for Lando Norris. And we are about to lap him. Verstappen is going to win the race, though, unless, of course, he has an absolute catastrophe and crashes. There's Lando Norris, and this is not the position Lando would like it to be, but he's been hit by Stroll today, and he's got damage. He's give us some DRS, he's being lapped, and he gets out of the way.
Five laps to go.
Right, Leclerc.
Copy.
Yeah, Leclerc, I don't know if he's suddenly pushing on battery, but he's staying with us pretty well. He might have a good opportunity to take the move here. Franco, though, he's been strong on his defence today, and he's going to have to be strong again. Try and squeeze, but he doesn't need to squeeze. And he's through. Oh my god, I thought it was a real race. No real race, unfortunately. F1 Manager 24. That's Maserati. And he's the GOAT. Yes, indeed. Right, so Colapinto, as I say, he's dragging Leclerc with him. But we're getting close. Behrman's dropped off Russell a bit. Are they going to run out of tyres here? Come on, Franco. We've got a chance for P3 here. Why is it not a Sauber? Just because we've changed the Sauber to Audi because we're in 2027. Is F1 Manager worth it? Yes, indeed. I would say so. Already have 24 though. This is 24. It's just with 25 mod. So no F1 Manager 25, unfortunately. Hula, thanks for the follow. Bortoletto's mechanical fault getting worse. There is Ollie Behrman. He's already dropped 2 seconds off Russell here. Don't think we've got the DRS though. And as I say, Leclerc is absolutely hounding us now. We are going to get some slipstream here, which will help us. I think Leclerc could finish P4 at this pace. He's going to have another look on the inside. I think he's too far away. Is he though? No, Leclerc has another go, but again, he's not close enough. And Franco sees him off. 4 laps to go. And if we want a podium, we need to get Ollie Behrman this lap, I'd suggest. Antonelli's got 6.5 seconds on Russell. He's comfortable to the end. Behrman, he's not got much tyre life, so we've got a great chance on the DRS zones here. Tammy, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Trying to look around the outside here. That would be risky. Not going to go for it. Oh, we're all over the racetrack trying to get this done because we're losing out to Russell and Charles Leclerc. Hello. Welcome to the party, but Leclerc can't find a way around there. He's going to get squeezed. But we're side by side through here with Leclerc, and he has to concede. I said Leclerc was flying, and he suddenly arrived in our picture there. Charles Leclerc. And again, we're on the outside. Leclerc's on the inside. Behrman's having to defend both ways. Nothing he can do. And Colapinto is into P4. Now it's 2.5 seconds to George Russell. I think it's about time we attacked. Liam Schumacher and Magson RB, what a lineup. Yeah, second consecutive year they've had that lineup as well. Acacia, thanks for the follow. Anthel push. We're just going to leave Antonelli, to be fair. He's gonna sail home in P2, so... Colapinto, yeah, I was going to say, yeah. We're full attack now with Franco. Full attack with Franco. 3 laps to go. And Franco is on his way to that Ferrari rear wing to seal another double podium for us. This would be our 4th double podium of the year. It would be the 3rd time Antonelli's finished P2 and Colapinto P3. Behrman's tyres are going to be hanging on. Where's Lawson? Lawson's coming back at these two with great tyre life. Lawson could end up in P5. Maxson's currently getting a point for RB as well. Things you love to see. Right, DRS, Colapinto. Too far back, I'd imagine, on this DRS zone. But now, the start-finish straight. Surely there's nothing Russell can do. As we're going to pull out nice and early. DRS opens now. We're already sailing by George Russell into P3. Franco Colapinto has done it. He's into P3. What a drive then. The comeback is complete. We went for an aggressive undercut under the virtual very early.
This was on the straight.
And it's worked for Franco.
And they squeezed by. And the overtake is made.
Who knows? Without pitting early under that virtual, we might have got to P3 anyway. But I don't know. And we took a gamble and it's worked. Just going to use a bit of battery. Try and break the DRS to Russell. Russell down to 35% tyre life though. He might try and stay with us. Might not be over, you know. Yeah, we might have to actually fight this towards the end. I'm just going to harvest here, chat. Because George is too close to us here.
All okay on tires for the moment.
Copy.
Final lap. Yeah, we haven't got much battery. Russell, this isn't over yet. Kind of need Russell to get us here, but he's not going to, is he? Now he needs to attack out of here.
Last lap.
Copy.
Who's got the... Yeah, our battery is so poor, and Russell has got the DRS. What's Russell's tyre? 34%. Just the battery management has killed us there. Can we get back at him here? Can we get back at him? This one is not over yet. Tyres 33. I think George had a lot of battery there because he's still pushing. And our battery isn't great. We need this DRS zone. Verstappen is going to win this, but can we get Colapinto back to P3 here? Problem is, I don't want to deplete our whole battery because we'll be so slow at that final corner. Alright, here comes DRS. He's having a go on George Russell. It's aggressive. It's very aggressive. And he's back through on George into P3. But George now gets the DRS. No, he doesn't. We kept the DRS as well. Verstappen's won it. Antonelli is going to be P2, but now it's going to be a drag to the line. We've only got a little bit of battery left here that we're going to deploy. Antonelli is P2. Colapinto uses that battery out of the final corner, and it should be enough to seal P3 for Franco Colapinto. Well, that was a bit closer than we thought in the end with George. I thought George was done and dusted once we got past him, but he fought back quite well. But Colapinto, bold move there on the penultimate DRS. And it's worked well for him. Verstappen dominates. Antonelli, good drive to P2. There he is, Antonelli in P2. And Colapinto, P3. Good drive then, as we finish P2 with Kimi and P3 with Franco Colapinto. Fourth would still be a good result. Yeah, fourth would have been a good result, as we've got a safety car out for some reason. Someone's parked it. Sophie, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated.
Yeah, they crossed the line P11, sadly.
Don't know why we're seeing Sergio Perez in P11. But yeah, maybe it's because the game knows he's back on the grid next year for Cadillac. They want to showcase that. Full classification though, Max Verstappen wins it for Red Bull. That's his fourth win out of 5 here in 2027. He's looking good for the championship. We'll have a look at that shortly. Kimi Antonelli up 2, started 4th, up 2 to finish 2nd. Franco Colapinto started P6 and he finishes P3 up 3. So as I say, we took a gamble under that early virtual to undercut and it worked well, got him to P3. Russell 4th, Ollie Behrman 5th. He ran in those podium positions for so long, but in the end finishes P5. Leclerc 6th, Liam Lawson did come back out, these guys, but could only make P7 in the end. Albon P8 makes it double points for Williams. Piastri, again, McLaren, horrible at qualifying this year, but good race pace. Lando obviously had an incident with Stroll, so had a damaged car, but Piastri up 5 places to make it back into the points. And K-Mag up 3 places to gain a point for RB. Rosella, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Perez takes the fastest lap, but no points for fastest lap in 2027, but you do get a point for pole, and Max has got about 4 of those, I think. Yeah, 4 pole positions. So here is the driver standings. Max, 4 wins out of 5 and 4 poles out of 5. He's got 116 points, so he extends the gap to, what is that, 39 points. So he's got a 39-point gap on Kimi Antonelli. Franco Colapinto in 3rd, 7 points behind his teammate. George Russell jumps up to 4th in the Drivers' Championship, another 12 points for Ferrari. Lando Norris, no points today. He drops to 5th. Ollie Behrman into the top 6 for Williams. Oscar Piastri down to 7th. Gabriel Bortoleto, no points for Mercedes, down to 8th. And then the rest of the point scorers so far this year, we've got Perez, Tsunoda, Stroll, Leclerc. He was only on 3 points out of the first 4 this year. Finally takes a good handful of points, 8 points to move him up to P12. Lawson drops to 13th, Albon 14th, Mick Schumacher 15th, Gasly 16th, Teo Pourchaire 17th, and K-Mag scores a point, which means already after 5 races here in 2027, 18 out of the 20 drivers scored a point. I think that's the most drivers that have scored points in a season for us, and that's happened after only 5 races. So hopefully we'll get a year this year where all 20 drivers can score. We just need Carlos Sainz and Isaac Hadjar to score points. Constructors should still be pretty good for us. Yes, it is, and we beat Red Bull just by a point, so we extend our gap in the Constructors from 19 points to 20. We're on 147, Red Bull on 127. No movement in the top 5. McLaren 3rd, but only 2 points. Means Ferrari get within 12 points of them. But it's looking like a battle for first between ourselves and Red Bull, and then McLaren and the rest of them fighting. So McLaren 3rd, Ferrari 4th, Mercedes 5th, no points scored, but 14 for Williams, who leapfrog Audi, and now only 3 points behind Mercedes. So Williams doing big things here in 2027. Audi dropped to 7th, RB take another point, they're in 8th, Aston Martin 9th, Alpine 10th, and Haas 11th. And I just lied there because I didn't scroll all the way down, did I? No, I didn't. There's 4 drivers yet to score because I didn't scroll down enough to see the Haas drivers. So, yeah, I told a lie there. Actually, it's 4 drivers because Ocon and Maloney yet to score for Haas. Fastest pit stops, we again get... Well, of course we did, yes. We got that 1.8 second stop, didn't we? What a stop that was. Fastest pit stop of the day, and Kimi Antonelli takes the 4th stop. So I think we're pretty much dominating this fastest pit stop competition. We are indeed. We love to see that. Oh, and there we go. Franco celebrates his P3 by going up to 81 overall. And the next race is just 4 days away in Singapore, and that'll be next up in this one. So if you're jumping in for the first time, we do stream this every Tuesday and Friday. However, I am away this Friday, so the next stream will be a week today as we head to Singapore. But if you want more F1 Manager content, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on YouTube, do subscribe to the channel. You can check out the Maserati playlist where we have 2 episodes a week. I think we're up to about 43 episodes on there. If you're watching on Twitch or TikTok, head to the profile. In my profile, click the YouTube link in my bio. You can head over to YouTube, subscribe, and as I say, you can check out all of the episodes from this Maserati playlist. Before I go, if you can, smash that like button. Really helps me out. But let's say that wraps this one up, and what a race it was in the end. Kimi Antonelli, again, always looked good for the podium. Franco Colapinto starting P6. If we saw out our strategy, would he got to P3? It's unknown, but we took that gamble, undercut under a virtual safety car, and it worked well. Just about got past Russell there at the end for P3. So P2 for Kimi, P3 for Franco. We're doing good work with that podium, and in terms of the constructors fight, still work to do to take the fight to Max, but we have, as we see here and we saw at the start, got 6 designs coming. So hopefully that'll be good enough by race 7-8 once they're on the car to take the fight to Max. But until then, we have to go as we are, and say next race will be in Singapore as we continue this F1 Manager Maserati series. Thanks again for everyone that's dropped in all the likes, all the comments. Before I go, do smash that like button. As I say, make sure you subscribe or follow, and we'll be back very soon to continue this series. And Warrior, thanks for dropping in with the subscribe on YouTube.